Alright, so in this one, we are going to be doing a tier list. This isn't anything particular, you know, going through this here, you kind of look at it, it's like, what is really, like, the whole idea behind it? It's more just units that are relevant. I would say units that have gained relevancy over the past few months in this new meta that we're in. Of, you know, blue, purple, fusions, future, a lot of actual decent teams running around, actually very good teams because of the boost system, because whatever else the units are actually good themselves. And I feel like this goes over some units that have come out more recently that have aged terribly, and some units that have come out more recently that are perfect, and some old units that have come out that probably weren't the greatest on release, but now they're goated beyond belief, and they're just high up in a department of skill, right? Star-wise, I probably want to rate Goku Vegeta at 9. I want to rate Sword of Hope Trunks at 9. I want to rate the Zamasu and Black Assist at 14. Broly at 14 if he is on here. I think he is. And then Ultra Gogeta, I want to rate him at 7. I think it's 2 pulls. You give him 7 stars, so I do think that's fair. I do think 10 stars is a little bit hard because he has 0.3 rate across everything besides that one step. And fun fact, I didn't even pull him one time on that double ultra rate step, so don't really know what that means, but everything else here I'll probably rate gauging like how long they've been out. So like Cell, I'll rate him at 6, but like Vegito Blue, I'll rate 10 or 11 because he's goddamn gonna hit 2 years old soon, right? Like in that department of it. But let's just get into this. So Cell. Cell, I would say Cell is one of the worst aging units. Not the worst, but one of the worst aging units, especially an LF unit that, you know, you have such high regard for. You look at Buu and Zamasu, Gogeta 4, Evolution Blue, all these units that came out prior to Cell, and they've probably aged better. Maybe Buu and Zamasu is just bad for the meta, but he still aged better in a kit-wise, right? Cell is probably an A-tier unit. I don't think he's too crazy. I think he takes longer than you need. There's definitely units that also take a long time, and they go in the same department, but Cell doesn't get his crazy cut, which I think is like 60% or 50% after Gauge, until after Gauge, rather. He doesn't get his Crazy Demons Inflicted until after Gauge. He doesn't get a heal until after Gauge. And I feel like holding him back because of that is a big negative, and it really does hurt him, especially at 6 stars. If you really want to run Cell, you need him like 10 or 11 stars. And on top of everything else, there's so many good yellows. Like, you look at this top row, there's already 2 good yellows right there running around. You really can't run Cell, like, confidently. And there's no real revival unit just, like, out and about, right? Like, just not. Like, you're not running into revival right now. So, Cell's whole, like, main premise of anti-hybrid revival, you can't do because you're not running into hybrids crazy. You're running into Sword of Cope sometimes, and Future Gohan sometimes. But you're more running into, like, Majubs and shit right now because of Ultra Gogeta. It's like Cell just has less value because the color he's up against is not as relevant, on top of the tag he's up against is not as relevant. Vegito Blue, I can put Vegito Blue. I'll say like 10 stars for Vegito Blue, right? I feel like that's fair because, again, his age. I would say Vegito Blue is also A tier. I think he's fine at higher stars. Again, if you get him to like 10, 11, 12, whatever, something in that basis of it, he is fine enough to work right now. It's just that there's 10 times better options, right? FSK, I would say like 12 stars for him to rate him there. I think he is better than Cell and Vegito Blue, but I don't think it's that far away. I think FSK is lackluster. I only think he's the best red on red. I think Buu and Zamasu is actually the best red in the game right now. I think FSK isn't even top 3 best red in the game right now. He does damage. That's it. If I use Ultra Gogeta's fucking green card, goodbye buffs. Goodbye last man standing FSK. Like, he's not valuable anymore. It's just how it is. Full power Frieza. Now this is some value. Full power Frieza. His value actually has gone down, I would say significantly. I would say a tad bit, more or less like 30%, right? Because you're running Ultra Gogeta, and the teams you're really running into are Fusion Warriors, which, okay, Frieza has value because Majin, right? Blue, Purple, Super Saiyans, which Frieza has value, I guess, because Super Vegito's on there, and, you know, he's purple, but I mean, Super Vegito can fucking one combo him, so his value goes down a little bit because of that. And then Pearl Blue, where it's a Goku Vegeta, Super Vegito, and Ultra Gogeta, right? That's kind of like the main teams you're going to see that are like really good. Frieza has a less value there because obviously Goku Vegeta can just one card Frieza on like a fucking blast, right? So Frieza, I would say he's still Z, barely in Z. His value of Nullifying Endurance is not gone on me, but I do think he is lacking in a lot of departments besides that. He does okay burst damage on his blast. You really want to land his blue card. You really want to land his ultimate, but anything else besides that, he's not eating well. He's not doing much else well. He just does really good damage for how fast-paced we are right now. Good thing he has good burst damage early on, because if he didn't, he would probably be like S-tier-ish, right? Gogeta 4, I'm going to go through these, you know, the less relevant ones quicker than the more relevant, right? Gogeta 4, I would say Gogeta 4 is Z. I think he is not on the level of Ultra Gogeta and Goku Vegeta, who I think are Z+ just alone outright. I think Gogeta 4 is probably a top 5 unit in the game. If I were to just, like, bullshit say, I would think Ultra Gogeta's number 1, Goku Vegeta's number 2. It's either Super Vegito or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as number 3, and then number 3/4, and then maybe, like, sort of Hope is number 5, in that realm of it, right? Gogeta 4, I think him being number 3/4, you know, with him being pretty fucking ass on release to his glow up now, he definitely has aged like a phenomenal fucking god. The best green in the meta, hands down. Sorry, God Toppo, but you don't do what Gogeta 4 does, unfortunately. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I guess he has value. I don't think he's terrible. I think he's aged pretty significantly, actually, with, you know, how the power creep of this game has been these last few months. He does have the Nullify Endurance type of ordeal going for him there. I would say he's probably worse than these few here, just because that's really your only, like, mainstay with them. Sure, he can do decent damage. He can't really tank anymore because everyone does so much damage. I just feel like his Nullify Endurance does give him value to be above B tier, but he's not anything crazy, like, regardless. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, probably like 6 stars. I'm rating him there, by the way. Future Gohan, rate him at 6 stars. Honestly, I could rate him higher because he has returned on the Goku Vegeta banner, which, you know, you could fucking, like, pulling that guy is not that hard, even though I personally have struggled to pull him. But if you do pull him, I mean, 2 pulls, what is that, like 7 stars? It's insane. But Future Gohan, he is a Z tier option. I do think he actually does contend to sort of Hope Trunks for number 5, you know, both of them in number 5/6. So I will put him right here next to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Future Gohan, while he is countered out by some units, the units above him will be, you know, some form of anti-endurance in every department of their kit. He gets countered out there. His crazy support, he's getting what? 50% support when he covers in. So they tap attack, 25%, 25%, 25%. He can make any unit in the game nuke. He is the best support unit in the game, but he's strike-based, so, okay. And he can go neutral, which is nice, and he can stall out, yada yada. He has a lot of attributes, but his main attribute is his support, right, and his disruption, but they go hand in hand, the support and disruption, right? Birdku at 6 stars is B tier. If I were to rate Birdku at, like, 14 stars, I would say he's above, like, Vegeta Blue, even Cell, but Birdku at 6 stars is B tier. He just doesn't do anything right now. You need to star up Birdku for him to be useful. That's just how it is. Majin Vegeta has returned quite a bit. I would say 8 to 9 stars is a good place to rate him. I'm kind of scaling off my own idea of it on top of just what seems proper, right? So if it's not, like, fully accurate, like you have a 3-star Majin Vegeta and you have a fucking 12-star Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, well, no shit, you're not going to agree with the stars, but it just seems what is proper for, you know, the age of the unit, right? Majin Vegeta, I would say, like, 8 stars is probably better than Vegeta Blue. Worse than Cell. I don't think Cell is that down horrendous where Cell is fucking worse than Majin Vegeta, but Majin Vegeta, up against Goku's, he's doing more damage. He has very good stats being a transforming unit. He allows himself to build up cut very nicely, and it allows him to be a very decent tank, actually, even now. Maybe not the craziest at 8 stars, but he can tank if you just, I mean, hope for the best. And honestly, he can heal as well, so it does kind of help. LF Piccolo, man, LF Piccolo 7 stars for me. LF Piccolo, I would say 9 stars. Put him at 9 stars if you're gonna rate him. I would say he's near bottom of Z. I do think Full Power Frieza has more value. LF Piccolo does take a little bit to get going. Obviously, he wants to transform, which is a negative to him. Obviously, if you were base out, transformed Piccolo, you'd probably be a higher rating, but he has a little bit of anti-endurance. He has a little bit of sustainability, but the amount of damage this meta does, he's good enough to be used, but he's not good enough to be higher than anyone else in Z tier, at least. Like, that's just it. Kid Buu, finally, the first S tier unit. S tier, I feel like his value is a little overstated. I think he's a very good unit, but I don't think he's as cracked as people like to think he is. I think he's very good, but nothing broken beyond belief. Maybe on release, yes, but right now, no. DKP, I do value him over LF Piccolo at this point. I still do think Full Power Frieza is better, but DKP, insane value, the anti-endurance, the Dragon Ball manipulation. Usually when you use DKP, you're going to farm up 2 rushes. That's very good for, any meta, but especially where there's no fucking red, he can just thrive. So he's in a very good spot there, above LF Piccolo. Broly Chile, they are on here just because they were a newer Zenkai. We should be getting Green Gogeta Zenkai probably next week, by the way, if not in 2 weeks, but Broly Chile, honestly, Green Gogeta should be next week because we just got new units. So that'd be cool, in 2 days actually, but we'll find out. Broly Chile, I'm not a big fan. When I used them one time, I built them more of a defensive HP setup because they heal, right? So I built them to where they have a lot of HP, so they can heal a lot, come back in, heal a lot, heal a lot, heal a lot, heal a lot. They didn't do well. I think they're okay, probably, but haven't been impressed by them, so I'm just going to put them B tier. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. I just haven't used them a lot. Revival Gohan. Now, this guy's becoming like a little bit of an enigma for me because I hear people say he has insane, broken, busted value still, even though he's a liability in his pre-revival state. I don't agree wholeheartedly with Super Gogeta, and I know comparing to the best unit in the game is probably not something you like to hear, but it's the reality because people are going to own the best unit in the game and use best unit in the game. Revival Gohan falls short. I think he is top of S. I don't see an argument where he's any higher. You look at above him, motherfucker, there's 5 units that can color counter him, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta included, because he can go fucking neutral and he could just one-shot Revival Gohan, right? Like, his value goes down because of all the yellows. His value goes down because of all the anti-revival that's in the game, because even so, with me putting, Sword of Hope Trunks as like 5 through 6, he's still anti-revival, being above Gohan. Goku Vegeta, anti-revival. They're still number 2 in the game. It's not like their value went to shit because Super Gogeta, no, it just went down by 1. Like, I do feel like he's a great unit post-revival, but I don't think he can do anything near Super Gogeta, Goku Vegeta, Sword of Hope Trunks, Future Gohan, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, anything in that department of damage that quickly, unless you're just like amping the shit out of him, and then there you're really just fucking over your other units, and that's not a viable way to really make a unit shine, because you want to make them shine with every other unit shining, not just that one unit carrying the whole entire load, right? Gogeta Blue, honestly, Gogeta Blue, I'm more of a fan of. I used him in that video a couple days ago, and I was surprised. Like, he was nuking the fuck out of some purples, and I know he's yellow. Like, I get it, but there's some yellows up here that won't nuke. You look at Future Gohan, he ain't gonna nuke. By the way, Revival Gohan, I'm rating at like 6 stars there. Future Gohan, he ain't gonna nuke. Like, that's just how it is. Full Power Frieza, he's gonna nuke on a Blast and Blue. Gogeta Blue is nuking on everything, so I actually do feel like his value is decent. Honestly, I want to put him above Kid Buu, just because all these purples, man, you're gonna run into a lot of them, and if you get a good situation where you can land like a green card on like a Ultra Gogeta, you could probably, maybe not one combo, but get really damn close. Like, he has very nice value, Gogeta Blue. I think he's better now than he was on his release, fun fact, because, I mean, there's no red. There's no red. You look at this list right here, there is no red above A tier. Like, it's just how it is. That's how the game has worked so far with releasing a fucking blue when, I mean, blue was like probably the second worst color, but like, come on. Red was 10 times more down bad than blue. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, another strong yellow. I do feel like is worse than everyone up. I actually do think Super Saiyan 4 Goku is worse than FSK. I think he's better than Cell, obviously. Honestly, I could put him in A tier. I could move FSK up to S, but nah, I'd rather keep it like this, actually. He is better now with his plat, but he's not anything broken. He's not Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta post-plat. Like, he's still Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's just a better Super Saiyan 4 Goku. His value's not insane. Doesn't really have the greatest tanking. He has the Majin Vegeta kind of effect, where he can, you know, build up cut, but it's something that wears off, and then you're not getting the full damage inflicted, and then you're not doing extra damage to anybody. It's like, nah. Even with no reds, he still has less value than some of the other units older than him. Purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Now this guy, you know why he's here. Mono Purple, right? This guy amps the fuck out of your Super Vegito, out of your Goku Vegeta. I mean, any unit of the game, but Mono Purple, is where you're really going to run him. He's insane value-wise for that. But anything else, his value kind of goes down. I would say he has a little bit of value in a rush manipulation because he can stop a double rush. Let's say someone rushes you, and you can't swap to this Vegeta. Okay, well, my Super Vegito dies. Alright, well, now this Vegeta dies afterwards. I destroyed 3 Dragon Balls, and now it's going to be my Goku Vegeta up against a 1v2. They probably won't have a second rush at that point because they didn't get guessed on their first one. My Vegeta died. I destroyed 3 Dragon Balls afterwards. I love notifications, especially when I have Do Not Disturb on, because that makes no fucking sense. But this Vegeta, he amps the fuck out of your units, and I feel like that is valuable to an extent. Do I think it makes him God? No. I think it makes him in a department where he's better than, like, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's good because of how he amps, but he's not good innately on his own. Like, that's what you have to look for. Can a unit do shit on their own on top of doing good with the team, right? He does good with the team, but on his own, he's complete dog shit. Like, after 60 counts, I believe, he just has 0 buffs. Fat Buu. Fat Buu is probably the second to third best green in the game right now. I do see God Toppo down there. I will talk about him, obviously, but Fat Buu with the lock-in, people, you know, confuse us a little bit. Maybe not confuse it, they just say it wrong, and I feel like it has to be worded correctly. Lock-in and subcount manipulation are much, much different. You know, Fat Buu locks in. There is no counterplay to a lock-in. Subcount manipulation, there's counterplay. I can pop someone's green card that lowers subcount. I could pop a main ability that lowers subcount. There's actual things that counter subcount manipulation. With Fat Buu, you can't counter a lock-in, so I do feel like he's a more valuable green unit there. But it does not make him a Z-tier contender. I think Fat Buu is in a spot where he's better than these two, but I don't think he's better than Rebel Gohan. He has a good value with what he allows himself to do, but I do feel like with all the purples, he has a little bit of a struggle going on. So, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Goten, there's way too many yellows, brother. I can't put you high up. Goten probably is, and if I were to rate Goten at, like, stars, I'd say, like, 10 or 11, even though mine's only, like, 8. Goten probably is, like, honestly, I could put him, like, B tier. But I won't. I could, but I won't. Probably a little bit worse than Vegito Blue. A little bit. At the star threshold, I'm considering, like, 10 or 11 for both. He does good blast damage. That's it. 8 Vegeta. Love this guy. Love this guy. Oh, look, the, I was going to say something about Crossbones Zamasu, but never mind. 8 Vegeta. If I'm going to rate him at realistic stars, he's been on 2 banners now. No one summoned on the second banner he's on. 6 stars, right? I would say he's above... He's not above Vegito Blue at that circumstance, right? I'd say he's above Goten. He takes way too long. 3 swaps. That's 30 counts minimum. To be peak. On damage, he has some cut. Okay? He has specific cut against certain tags. He has specific damage against certain tags, which does hurt him. And red is down fucking horrendous with Ultra Gogeta existing. So, sorry, 8th Vegeta. Buu and Zamasu. So the best red, huh? So obviously he's not A tier. I would say Buu and Zamasu is low S. You gotta think about what's meta, right? I literally called it out. Blue, blue, purple Super Saiyans, mono blue, purple, blue team. You're gonna run into all these blues. Buu and Zamasu, while being the best red in the game right now, it doesn't mean his value is gonna skyrocket beyond belief. It's just that he is the best of the worst, right? That's really all that means there. Goku and Buu and Zamasu had like 7 stars, by the way. Goku, honestly, I'd say B tier. Goku has meta relevance due to his stats, and right now that doesn't matter because you're not running into hybrids, so he's not getting his crazy peak situation, and I mean he just dies too quick anymore. Like that's just, he has good stats, but like your stats can't carry you through the hell that is the other units that have come out. Wow, they are so like hidden because I'm like looking at an angle. Blue Toppo. Okay. B tier, by the way, it's not organized. It's just, I'm just throwing them there. Blue Toppo, I would say, is like B. I don't think he has value. I don't think he has any value here. He can lock in. Okay. Oh, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Super Saiyan 3 Goku has gone down significantly to me. In a way where it's kind of depressing to see a Zenkai fall this quickly. Because, again, so many fucking purples. The greens are not going to be eating. You look at the greens up here, you have one that goes neutral, you have one that locks in. Where are the other greens? Nowhere to be seen. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Actually, there's no other greens on the list yet. What the fuck? There is no greens here. I mean, because green's an ass color right now, I guess, but god damn. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Yikes. I could put him below Cell. Yeah, he takes way too fucking long in this meta to do any damage, and I had a situation, I don't know if it was on video, if it wasn't, I had a situation where Super Saiyan 3 Goku, 12 stars I think, to my old 8-star Ultra Gogeta, he did 20% to my 8-star Ultra Gogeta. I wasn't neutral, right? I had it was a 1v1, but I wasn't neutral, already ran out. He did 20% in, I think, 6 to 7 cards to my 8-star while he was like 12-star. That 100 timer counts in. He was built up. 20%. That's not a joke. I'm not fucking around with that. He did 20%. He's terrible right now. Bergamo! Oh, I wish you were better, but B tier. Buu and Zamasu, I think he barely has value to be A tier. Barely. Like, so barely, it's actually insane. I think he is about right here. While Buu and Zamasu takes a little bit to ramp up, I do feel like if you do get him there, he can do well. Again, look at all the scary yellows. He can't really be higher because of all those scary yellows above him, right? Z+, finally! I can touch someone Z+. Goku, Vegeta. They're number 2 in the game. You know what they do. They're number 2 in the game. Simple as that. Evolution Blue. Evolution Blue I do obviously think is better than Gogeta Blue. So, I'm going to put Evolution Blue right here. I might actually, I don't want to move Gogeta Blue anywhere, actually. I kind of want to, but I kind of don't. But, I'm going to move this, though. Who is a really good green that's out right now? Gogeta 4. I'll keep that like that. Evolution Blue. He's very good value. He takes a little bit to get going, but if you do get him going, he can literally 2-card like a mono purple team. Just like that. Bojack. Yikes. Bojack fell the fuck off. He wants to tank, and he can't tank because these units do too much fucking damage. And he's red, so down bad. Bojack, I would say he's better than like Majin Vegeta, but that's not saying much considering Majin Vegeta is what, a year and a half old near. He's pretty fucking old at this point. He actually has aged pretty well, considering 8 Vegeta's fucking down horrendous here. Bojack, though, he wants to tank. He can't tank. It's literally that simple. He can't tank. That's it. And if you bring, like, a Revival Gohan for that, -5 sub count situation that you can kind of get going, okay, you have a liability on your team then. Like, you're really in a bad spot. Majin! Probably the most increased All-Star banner value in the entire game. I would say God Toppo has very good value as well. It's increased with these units, especially with Ultra Gogeta. But Majin, probably number one value of increase. You know, Gogeta 4 probably the best LF in value right now. But Majin is Z tier. I honestly think he's better than LF Piccolo right now. I could even see a situation where he's better than DKP. Majin, he wants to tank. He tanks fucking great. He has endurance. I know there's a lot of scary anti-endurance units. The thing is, none are red. You know, Goku Vegeta, while they can be monstrous and fuck your Majin, it's only one scenario, right? You have to factor in all the scenarios. Nobody above him is going to decimate his ass in, right? They'll do very good, but he will eat. If you build your Majin correctly and you have him decent stars, he will be one of the best units on your team that's just soaking up hits. With Super Gogeta with having a 50% cut forever, 70% after he gets his gauge on the next combo, then Majin, who can get more cut, I believe, if you draw a green card or if you use a green card, he gets, what, 30% more cut, and I think he has 25% innately, so he gets around 55 to 60% cut. That's very good tanking the team actually allows for a Fusion Warrior setup. Majin, fucking goated value, and very nice unit for what he is now. LF Zenkai Frieza. I really don't know how to rate this guy. I guess he's okay. Definitely not above FSK in them. Probably worse than like here-ish? I honestly put him lower. I would put him like here-ish? I don't really know where he goes. He has good support. Okay? That he's not doing anything else for this meta. So his support saving him and his blue card holding saves him, but that's really it. Black and Zamasu. I do think Fat Buu is better. Do I? Yes. I would say there's so many scary purples. I would say right here. I think Evolution Blue has better value for how the meta is. You could swap Black and Zamasu, is what I'll say, with Evolution Blue. I think they're very good right now because they're boosted. But I would say Evolution Blue has better value just because of no fucking reds, right? Green Broly. Oh boy, this is the lowest new unit, by the way, if you guys can't tell. Green Broly. He is down horrendous here. I would say he is... he's not even that bad, actually. He's not S tier. I would say he's... right here? He's definitely better than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He is boosted as well. He's nothing horrendous, but he's not going to win you a game 1v3 like any other of the boosted units. I mean, you know, Zamasu and Black are meant to do that, but any other boosted units that are meant to do that, he's not going to do that for you. He's good, but he ain't it. He's good enough, though, to like actually be used, so that's nice. Halo Vegeta. He's very good support. You don't really need him, honestly. Like, just straight up, you don't really need him. I would say... he's probably down here. Probably right there. That other Vegeta is just better for the meta. That's just it. Simple. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I should just call this red, huh? Because there's only two reds. I mean, it's the worst fucking colors. Birdku, only down bad because he is 6 stars, by the way. Just please understand that because he's new. Like, you do not have a high star Birdku. That's just not reality. You know what? Fuck it. I'll respect them. I'll put Birdku in somewhere decent. I do think he's better than Halo Vegeta. So I'll put Birdku like here. Fuck it. Broly. You know, I'm mono blue. I'm not running mono blue. You run blue, blue, purple. This is toughy, huh? I would say Broly has less value than Vegeta Blue. Let's say it's like a 9-star Broly, right? More value than Ape, less than Vegeta Blue. Simple as that. MVP 17, Terran Power 17 rather. He's not MVP yet in that art. He has more value because, again, no red. I have to state this a million times because it's just how simple it is. I would say he's in the department of kinda here. He wants to do that one-time snipe. Well, I mean, it's not one time, but like one time on main ability gets the blue card. He wants to snipe, and that's really all to him. Because unless he were, you know, locking the main ability of tagging between Goku and Vegeta, he would have 10 times more value, but he's not locking that because he locks mains, and that's a not main, technically, when you tag out, even though you click the face, which is the main. But regardless, his value is not that crazy, but it's better because, again, no fucking red. Super Vegito. Super Vegito, I'm rating him the high stars, right? This guy's been out for 3 fucking years. You guys have to have decent stars. Personally, mine's been 14 for a while here. I want to say rate him at 13 stars. And at 13 stars, Super Vegito is, again, I would say number 3 or 4 in the game. So I'm going to put him as number 3. Insane value. Mono purple. Blue purple. Purple blue. He's on all those teams. Fusion Warriors. All top 5 teams in the game. He's on them. Insane value. Insane fucking Zenkai. And people thought he was Goten level on his release of Zenkai. Please remember that. Look where he is here. Oh, look at this menace. Look at this menace to all these yellows. He's there. You know he's there. It's insane. DBS Frieza. You do good against Goku Vegeta. But then you look at Ultra Gogeta. Then you're saying, oh, I'm in fucking B tier. Got it. Sort of Copium. What'd I say? Around Future Gohan? Above or below, you could say. With so little reds, I do think Sword of Hope is better in that circumstance, but in a general sense of unit to unit, I do like Future Gohan more. Sword of Hope is good, but I do think Future Gohan is better as an overall individual unit. But again, I mean, he's in fucking top 5 Sword of Copium here, so it's not like it's a bad thing, right? He would still be in top 7 at that point. Ultra Omega, probably one of the stronger reds in the game. I do think he's probably number 2 red in the game, maybe? Maybe, right? Wow, that's nice. So if he's number 2 red, I'd probably put him right next to Buu and Zamasu at that point. Yeah, he's good enough to use. It's just that it's scary. Like, you don't want to use him if you don't have to. That's just how that works. Bardock, probably the best value Zenkai in the game right now. You know, Fat Buu definitely has that title of best aging, but Bardock, you always are going to get Super Saiyans. It's Dragon Ball, it's Saiyans, it's Super Saiyans. These are the hypest forms, these are the hypest transformations, these are the most notable transformations. You know, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Super Saiyan Gohan, all these transformations, Super Saiyan Trunks, like, these are all notable things that we're going to get in the game. And with that, we're going to get a bunch of Super Saiyans that are really fucking good, like Ultra Super Gogeta, like Super Vegito Zenkai, right? So Bardock has very good aging. I would say Bardock is in the realm of... He's really fucking lucky he's blue. Holy shit, man. I would say Bardock is like here, man. Bardock has insane value because what he allows others to do. Like, maybe not himself is the craziest. I think he's very good, actually, for his age of, you know, what he is individually. But what he allows others to do is unparalleled to any unit in the game, and it's kind of unfair, really. God Toppo, well, I do think he is a very good green. He ain't it right now. You know, I tried using him. He helped me a little bit, but we did falter in a lot of spots there. I would say God Toppo has nice value to where he could be above, like, he could be there. God Toppo's a very nice unit for what he is right now. I very much appreciate how good he actually has aged. LF Rose, if I'm going to rate him like 8-star-ish because he's been out for a while, I would say his value went down a little bit, just like every other, you know, anti-endurance type unit that went up because of double endurance future. Rose went down a little bit because of, obviously, double endurance future not being as common with, you know, the other teams with Ultra Super Gogeta, right? So I would say probably like here. I do value him over Maub and Zamasu, but not over Vegito Blue at the star differential. Just because Vegito Blue can do very tedious amounts of damage at his stars. Namek Goku, he's been out for a good while. He literally was the next LF after Super Vegito, so you should have him. At least 11, at least 12 stars. If not, I'm going to rate him there anyways. I want to say he's worse than Bardock. Okay. I would say he's about here. I do think he has better value than Gogeta Blue. Namek Goku is a skill-dependent unit. If you're very good, he'll look very good. If you're ass at the game, he'll look very ass. Red Gogeta. Anyways, B tier's not organized. Anyways, Ultra Gogeta, number 1 in the game. He does everything. Mans goes neutral. Mans locks in. Mans fucks your wife. Mans fucks your husband. Mans wins the game. Ultra Gogeta, the best unit in the game. Not disputing it between anyone else. I don't think it's even fucking that close if you're running peak situations for both. And when I say this, please understand what I'm saying by this. Ultra Super Gogeta on Blue Purple Super Saiyans is infinitely, if not maybe to give a number, 5 times better than Goku Vegeta on Mono Purple. On both teams, they are both getting their ideal Zenkai buffs on peak damage inflicted with Super Saiyan buffs. Ultra Gogeta is nothing close to Goku Vegeta. He is a beast beyond a beast with Super Saiyan buffs. Without the crits activating all that, they're comparable. But with it, he does not care. Like I said, Goku Vegeta are a dark type. No, he is a dark type. Ultra Gogeta, mind-blowing. And I'm rating him at 8, by the way. Not even at 14. If I rate him at 14 and Goku Vegeta at 14, I wouldn't even put them in the same tier, honestly. Then Nappa. I don't fucking know Nappa. What the fuck do you do? You know my special cover change the most in the entire game. You do it for the longest amount of time. So that's good. I don't know. Go below Birdku. I don't fucking know. No one really cares about Nappa. But this is my tier list of all the relevant units, I guess you could say. You know, B tier is kind of down horrendous with anti-relevant units, but A tier I do think has a lot of relevant units. S tier definitely has a lot of meta units. Z tier definitely has most units you're going to see in PvP. Then Z plus is the best units in the game, right? So just look over real quick. Ultra Gogeta, Goku Vegeta, Super Vegito, number 3, Gogeta 4, yes. Sword of Hope, yes. Puddle, Full Power Frieza, DKP, Majin, yes, I agree with all of that. The biggest tiers, which that actually matter, is Z plus and Z, right? S tier, I do think also matters to an extent. I don't think it's that important, but I do think it does matter. Revival Gohan, number 1 in S, I do agree. Fat Buu, Bardock, insane. Evolution Blue. You know, I could swap Kid Buu and Cross Zamasu rather, but that's really all I do in S tier. A tier, I would say makes sense. FSK is number 1 A tier, yes. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, yes. God Toppo. Yeah. Man, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, man. Down horrendous, am I right? Holy shit. Yeah, I like all this, actually. I don't really disagree with anything wholeheartedly. There's some things I could change spot-wise, but I don't think it's too important to where it actually has to be changed. It's just like a little nitpick or two, which would be Cross Zamasu and Kid Buu, because you're arguing between who's a better unit / who's color countered more. Cross Zamasu is a lot more color countered, while Kid Buu's probably the worst unit, but Kid Buu isn't color countered as much, so he has more value in that circumstance. That's just my take on it. But let me know what you guys think of this tier list, and I'll see you guys in the next one.